So today I wanted to make a video about slut shaming because I'm really about feminism and equal rights and all that good stuff. Because ages ago I made a video about how to never call people sluts, and I really wanted to update on how I feel about that situation because I've grown up a lot since then. It's been a long time and I'm all about peace and love. I typed in slut shaming on YouTube and I really wanted to see other people's videos and what other people said, and there was one video that really stood out to me, and it was by a girl called Kaylee. She explains how she was date raped and she woke up the next morning basically not knowing what happened, and like it was a really awful situation for her. And she also explains how everybody at work knew about her situation. I find it really interesting and disgusting how like people who go to work were so like two-faced and judgmental about a situation they knew nothing about. There's more about the person who's being critical about somebody than the person that they're actually being critical about. If somebody's being judgmental to you about their friend, then think about what they could be saying about you. Alcohol is a drug like no other. Just because it's got a label in it and the government sell it doesn't mean that it's not a drug. Alcohol literally screws with your head. When it's your first time like drinking alcohol and you have too much, you can fully black out and not remember anything. You literally can't control yourself because you don't know what you're doing, because if you can't even remember it, think about like what you were doing. You don't even know who you are. You completely lose control of yourself. You do things that aren't like you, because being sober is so important. I have experienced being blackout drunk before, and that was during my first times of drinking alcohol, but now I don't do anything. I don't even drink alcohol. One other thing is really important. Whenever you're getting drunk or drinking or doing anything, make sure, I cannot stress this to you enough, make sure that you have a responsible friend who will look after you and make sure nothing happens to you. So if you do go crazy, that you don't do anything mental, that they're not just gonna let you go off with any guy or go to somebody's house and like you could get raped and murdered. That's disgusting. You need to make sure that you have a really responsible friend who literally cares about you so much to make sure that you do nothing wrong. And if somebody lets something terrible happen to you when you're in a horrible state, then that person is not your friend. I cannot stress that enough. They are not your friend if they're not truly caring about you. 2 years ago I made a video about how I was slut shamed when I was in year 7. So this was when I was like 11 or 12. I was being slut shamed for fancying a boy. How can you call somebody a slut when they're like 11 years old? It says more about the person being judgmental than it does about the person that they're judging. So if somebody is talking rubbish about you, then ignore it, because that person has a problem with themselves and it's actually completely obvious. Nobody deserves verbal abuse in their life, especially when people don't know anything about that person. Now I'm much older, I've come to recognize that you shouldn't take people's criticism seriously, because if they don't know you, then who are they to judge you? Like, there is a video and it was by Vice, and in the video he was talking about how girls deserve rape. One of the most disgusting things I think in the world right now is that somebody would go out of their way to rape somebody. Somebody would physically go out of their way to hurt somebody, like physically. That is disgusting. It doesn't matter if a girl has had sex with a billion guys before. It doesn't matter if a girl loves sex. It doesn't matter if a girl's naked. It doesn't matter if she's wearing a mini skirt. It doesn't matter if she's wearing makeup. It doesn't matter whatever she's doing. It is still the rapist's fault. It is still the rapist's fault, no matter what. Nobody can take that away from a girl. You cannot say that to anybody. How can you say that somebody physically harming somebody else is the victim's fault? That's ridiculous. You can't blame victims. That's called victim blaming. Victim blaming. Why the heck would you blame a victim? It doesn't matter if she's naked. Probably naked under those clothes, you sluts. And he was talking about anti-feminism, and he was saying it in the Lord's name, like he was saying that God doesn't want like you to, I don't know, this and that. But quite frankly, feminism is just like, it's like common sense. Men and women are equal. We are both part of the human race, just like how any animal is equal with each other. Just because animals don't have this problem, why do we have this problem? I cannot emphasize it enough. It is never the victim's fault. It is the rapist's fault. People need to understand this. And he was also saying how it's not okay to be homophobic. I promise you, and I swear on my life, God doesn't mind no matter who you are. God accepts you for who you are. He loves you for who you are. Who you are is the best thing to him. All he cares about is if you've got a good heart. He doesn't care about what you look like. He doesn't care about your shell. He cares about what you do for other people. God is the most good and the most perfect and the most loving out of the whole world, like literally the whole world. Think of like the worst person you know. God already forgiven that person. Feminism is equality. Emma Watson said, "I'm sorry, but if you believe in gender equality, then you're a feminist." And that's exactly what it is. Also, do you know how uncomfortable it is to be catcalled on the streets? I'm not a possession, I'm a human. Women deserve much more respect than they actually get. Slut shaming is victim blaming. Don't go around saying that you're a part of feminism and you stand for women's equal rights. This is to all you women out there. If you are slut shaming a woman, that is victim blaming. If you go around calling somebody else, another woman, a slut, and you're saying that you're a feminist, then you are not a feminist, because that means you are not standing for somebody else's rights. Like, slut shaming is victim blaming. Slut shaming is victim blaming. Slut shaming is victim blaming. Because the video was about anti-feminism, because the video that Vice made was about anti-feminism and about slut shaming, and this is my topic, I really wanted to, just so you guys understand like some of like the Bible's teachings. This is Matthew 7:1-5. "Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged." Karma. "And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." And what it is saying is, do not judge other people and look upon yourself for your own imperfections and your own flaws before you go out of your way to judge other people. This one is by Ephesians 4:32. "Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you." The Bible is literally teaching you to be kind. That is the most valuable thing on this whole planet. This is something that everybody is missing. Everybody's just being rude to each other, like commenting nasty comments to each other. That is not gonna get you anywhere. Being rude and nasty to other people, paying like negative attention to other people will just get you negative attention yourself. It's called karma. God made karma for a reason. I think that is one of the most valuable teachings in life that people still miss it, and the Bible teaches it. Be kind. So simple. Be kind. Something that really bothered me about the video about slut shaming that Vice created is that it goes completely against that teaching that I just told you about. Be kind to one another. Be nice to people. So many people, there's too many rude people nowadays. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Spread your love. Be kind to one another. Spread your heart. Be a loving person, because that's all that God cares about. He looks within your heart. Even if you are not a Christian or you don't believe in God, these are valuable things that can actually change your life and help you to live a better life. That's what people don't understand. But yeah, I thought it was really important to make those points. As Vice made a video completely like, I think that video was so important, how he was literally criticizing about how you should live your life and judging you and using somebody who, God basically, who doesn't feel that way and loves everybody no matter what. God loves you more than you could possibly imagine, even if you don't love him. People say screw the haters, but I say love and forgive your haters, for they do not know you and they are just lost souls needing to be found by love. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up because it helps me out a lot, and don't forget to subscribe for weekly videos every single Thursday because I upload most weeks, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye! Peace and love. Bye!